Gary, you were a pioneer of the SkyPad.
Not really.
Well, okay, you're one of the most famous people to use the SkyPad. Then.
Yeah.
You're the master of the SkyPad, it's fair to say. So what do you think that brings to your analysis on M&F?
I think it's more to enhance the sort of information that you can give to the viewer, really, and highlight things, show them what you're talking about. I think obviously sometimes when you're talking over a video or a picture of, let's say it's a goal,
yeah.
You're talking about something, but really sometimes you can be, it's easy for the viewer at home, it's easy for the fan to be able to actually highlight somebody or shade an area that you're talking about. And that's what it's all about. We never use the technology just for the sake of it. We always use it for a reason, the reason to describe in more detail how a goal's scored or how a goal's not been scored, if that's the case.
Yeah.
So I think that that's the way in which I would always use it, is to enhance the detail that you can provide for people watching.
So Jamie's joining you for M&F this year. So you've got new tech. How is it bedding in? You had the preview last night.
Yeah.
How is it bedding in, you two working the SkyPad together?
Yeah, I think it went quite well. I think that for me it was slightly different than last year in respect of the buttons are in different places. We've got the screen. I actually think it's a lot better for us to be able to use it. We're stood there at the big SkyPad on the floor, which I think is a lot more comfortable. When I used to stand at the screen and stand up, you know, you had your camera that way, you had Ed that way, and you had the screen there. Now it's very much focused around the screen itself, and the fact that you can move it, it's in front of you, and you've got no real concern about where else you're looking. So I think it's a lot better, a lot more comfortable. It'll work well with the two of us, I think, bouncing off each other when we're stood down there. And obviously the screen that we sit down on in the early parts of the show is still the same, so that's not changed. But the one down on the floor is different, and certainly the gadgets are the pause button's in a different place. I was searching for it a couple of times last night.
So you've got mirrors exactly the same as on both sides.
Yes.
I had to play with it the other day.
Yeah.
It takes a while to master it, actually. It's different. It's harder than it looks.
The things that I think are difficult are getting used to are the speed. Is what speed to play the clips at, because you can think, well, I'll play it slowly because you want to give yourself more time, but actually the clip may need to be played at full speed to give the actual effect that you want to describe. So if it's a goal that's a fast goal, it's like a shot from 25 yards, you need to see that at full speed. So getting used to actually the speed of things, when to stop it, the perfect points to stop it. So during the day when we rehearse, really the main things that I would look through really are, obviously you understand what you're going to say and the people you're going to highlight, but actually at what point is the best point to stop it. The problem you have when you go live on air is that Ed will ask you a question and then you'll be answering the question, the clip will be running, you'll be talking, and you think, oh, I've missed my spot. You say, let me just take that back. And I have to tell everybody at home, it's one of my great faults that I say, let me just take that back, rather than just saying, and not, just doing it. So I have to describe that I'm taking it back. So, no, but stopping it at the right point and the speed is the one thing that I think is a challenge, and getting it right for the viewer at home. And you have to watch yourself back a number of times to think, actually, I should have played that a little bit quicker. I should have slowed that down a little bit. And that's the bit that I think is most difficult.
So you guessed it on the Ashes with Nasser Hussain. You went on there with his SkyPad.
Yeah.
So did you actually teach him any? Did you give him any tips or anything like that?
No, it was different. I cooked it up a few times because we have to throw our clips in. So we get, with the way in which it works on the football side, we get a clip and we throw it in, whereas on the Sky you just have to press it. So I was like this on the cricket, and he said, no, coming in my ear, press it, press it. So no, I looked a bit of a fool. Actually, I certainly wasn't teaching him anything.
So you've got one at home, am I right to say?
No, I had one at home.
You had one?
I had one at home for about 8 days,
okay.
2.5 years ago before I started. No, they're expensive things these. I'd love to have one at home. It'd be absolutely fantastic. The idea of playing with that. I'm not sure I'd get the kids off it though.
No, they'd be there all the time.
Yeah, I know. Put Peppa Pig on it.
So have you got any other tech to look forward to on M&F? So you've got a new studio.
Yeah. I don't think it's necessarily. I mean, the studio's completely different. It's amazing, in fact, the way in which we've got the green screen, and Ed's doing some incredible virtual reality stuff over there with the teams, and the players are walking towards him. So things are always moving forwards. In terms of what we're doing, I think the big new thing obviously is the screen that we're going to stand up at, which is going to enable myself and Jamie to be able to sort of tactically look at either team and move our counters around, and like you would expect coaches to do, like you would expect people in the pub to do, with the sort of glasses on the table saying, I want him here and I want him there. And that's what really fans want. They want to see basically people who have had a career in the game explain what they've come across in their career and ideas, and get that knowledge over in a good way on television.
And so moving away from SkyPad, so GDS and Hawkeye is huge for, well, obviously starting this season. What do you think about it? Are you excited for it?
Yeah, I am. I think anything improves the accuracy of decisions. I think that referees, what commentary, co-commentary has done is enabled me to have a lot more appreciation for referees and the job that they do. You know, I get on co-commentary probably 7 or 8 seconds to be able to decide whether a decision is offside, penalty, in the box, out of the box. 7 seconds is no time at all to be able to actually make a decision in the co-commentary box, and I find myself buying myself time. Oh, let me have a look, it's a close one, let me have a look at that one again. Whereas the referee hasn't even got 7 seconds, he's got literally 1, 2, 3 seconds to be able to sort of blow his whistle and do something. So I think it makes you appreciate referees more and the difficulties of it. So I think anything that improves accuracy, that actually gives the referee more, better information. They can't be everywhere. They just cannot be everywhere. They can't see everything. We're human beings, so I think I'm in favour of it, really.
And so UEFA famously said they're not going to have it for Champions League because they think that it's the start of, we'll have like illegal like throw-ins, we'll have tech to like measure everything in football. Do you think that it could go too far? Should we stop a goal line?
UEFA will change. Okay. It's like anything. I mean, people don't like change, but the things evolve. Didn't have mobile phones 25 years ago, and I suppose the early people say, I'm not having a mobile phone, it's intrusion into my life. I mean, how many people don't have a mobile phone now? Things always change. You shouldn't make such dramatic statements like we're never going to do this, because the fact of the matter is one day, technology's in cricket, it's in tennis, it's in big sports, and it's doing well. I mean, you could argue about the negatives of it, but actually it's enhancing the experience. Rugby, it adds drama, entertainment, theatre to the game, gives a better understanding, the refs being mic'd up. All this has to come into football. It has to come into football because it's improving other sports incredibly in the drama and the challenging of decisions. That's what people want. They want the debate, the challenging, they want that sort of thing. You know, it's part of the actual sport. Always needs to improve and change. 20 years ago we had pass back. Yeah. You know, we had the offside law was ridiculous. Yeah. Where it was just stopped every 10. The game was stopped every 10 seconds and people pass back to the goalkeeper and then they play it out. You think about it now, it's ridiculous. But things will change.